everybody's trying to create e-currencies, especially with stable coins. This is becoming even more important. And everybody's trying to put them together. The question is, which ones do you put together? And the BRICS has a lot of interest in putting their currencies together. So I think India will be, will push it, but probably carefully, because this is a big issue for the US. And as we all know, India is waiting for a deal with the US. So I would say that, yes, there will be a push, but probably a mild push.
Is this a manner in which these countries might want to diminish, the US dollar and the strength as a global currency?
Yeah, that was the theme of Kazan. Kazan was out of all of the BRICS summit, and rightly so if you think about, Russia's ire, if you want, because of the sanctions and everything else. Kazan was obviously the summit where this de-dollarization call was the loudest. This was before Trump, though. Yeah, since then we had kind of very, I would say, not as strong summits, BRICS summits. We had South Africa, it toned down, Xi Jinping didn't participate. It was toned down a little bit. And I would say that India might want to tone down as well for a very simple reason beyond that project. It's because India is being cornered within the BRICS, because the BRICS are expanding and it's becoming like a very much China-centric strategy, hub and spoke. India doesn't like that. So I actually think India will be quite, subtle in the tone of this summit. Very different to Kazan, in my view.
Yes, and of course, one of the concerns there is that if this payment system goes through, China, Russia, etc., go through with it, that the concerns from the West is that it could circumvent international sanctions, particularly placed on a number of countries, and Russia in mind because of the war in Ukraine.
I would say the following. That's already the case, but in a very asymmetric way. Let me clarify. As of now, China has a very large, by now, international payment system, so-called CIPS, China International Payment System. Through that system, which already has its own messaging system for RMB, sanctions are already bypassed. The difference is that, of course, if you're Russia, if you're India, maybe also bypassing to buy oil from Russia, you don't like to use the RMB, only the RMB. Yeah, so you would prefer a system by which you can use your own currency and pay without being noticed, if you want, without being subject to sanctions. But if you ask me, China is quite comfortable with the CIPS because everybody's coming to its own payment system, international payment system with its own messaging system. So all of this to say that BRICS bridge is relevant, but I would say that not if it comes at a very high cost, especially for India, whoever is not under sanctions directly, whoever is not Russia, North Korea, Iran, you name it. So I think they would be careful because at the end of the day, you still risk a lot by creating this kind of parallel system.
Yes, and I do wonder what, if a system comes through, it might be some time before that happens, but what might be the impact on the SWIFT network?
So it's a good question. Frankly speaking, I think SWIFT has to think this through pretty aggressively. It's not only about BRICS bridge. What about stable coins? An even bigger risk for SWIFT. Yeah, anything that goes out of the bank and by bigger risk for banks as well. And again, this project Algora, which is the kind of the mirror of BRICS bridge, could undermine SWIFT even more because these are the largest currencies in the world. So I think the question really is how SWIFT presents itself in a world of fintech or, if you want, digital currencies altogether. It's not only about the BRICS bridge that is going to break it.